Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Brittany. Hello, Stephanie. Good morning, Claudia. Hi, Jenna. Hello, hello. Good morning, Julie. Good morning. Hello, Stella. Yeah, how have you been? Oops. I need to almost report you there. Good morning, Anna. What do I need? I'm forgetting something. Oh, I don't know. I lost track of time, which isn't that hard to believe. Good morning, Becky. How's everybody doing this morning? Let's see. We're on the 18th. Oh, Stephanie, I'm so sorry to hear that. All right. Got that. And one more thing. Any day now, my computer is not happy with me. It keeps telling me that I need more space or something. I'm like, I don't have, I don't have any more space for you. All right, whatever. Just go back here and hope it works. All right. Good morning, Kate. Good morning. Good morning. So, what a time Pisces season is, and we are very close to exiting and hopping into the fire of Aries season. Tomorrow is the spring equinox, which just kind of really took me by surprise. I'm like not, I don't know, I'm not here lately. Like I feel like I never know like what month I'm in, what year I'm in lately, like what time it is. But tomorrow is the spring equinox. I just double checked. It is indeed happening tomorrow. And then um, we just kind of roll into Mercury retrograde and then we tuck and roll into eclipse season. So it's gonna be a ride. And I think we're just so in the mood for it, right? I'm feeling that high energy. Oh, I'm gonna tell you. So if you're new to Coffee Magic, hello. I'm on TikTok. What do you mean? I'm on TikTok. People are asking me about their exes and stuff. So although someone just said TikTok, your time is up. But no, we're over here. Did it not pop up for you, Janelle? We're here. Um, what was I gonna tell you? Shoot, I just distracted myself. Oh yeah. So anyway, if you're new to Coffee Magic, we will get to the cards today. Um, we do like sort of semi-collective card pulls. I give you three things. You choose the one that feels most aligned with you, and that will be your message for today. So we'll get to that in a second. But I just want to talk to you a little bit about how I'm feeling, just in the off chance that it might resonate with you and you might also be feeling this way. Um, so nothing, like for me, right? Nothing is wrong necessarily. Okay? Except this flying here. Like nothing's wrong. In fact, things are steady, I think, right? But it's like I'm in this constant state of suspension where I'm waiting for like I feel like I'm waiting for something to happen and I but I don't have any idea what it is. And I feel very much uninspired and not very magical right now, right? Like I know I'm magical. You don't you don't have to tell me. I have the windows open and this damn fly, like the fattest, juiciest fly ever is in here with me today. Um like I know I'm magical. So like, we'll be okay. But I don't feel it and I'm not feeling connected to flow right now and all of the messages I'm getting are like kind of like deep freeze messages, right? Like just chill, let it do what it does. And I don't like doing that. That's my least favorite message. I'm always like reshuffle. But it feels like that. And the other thing is like, my cat's still missing. And my neighbors here have just been so incredibly amazing trying to help me find this cat who I don't think wants to be found. And so I'm kind of like in that space with like life right now where it's just like not it doesn't make like what's going on? Like it just doesn't make sense. And like some things are like really good even. Like my relationship is really good right now. Like I feel very happy and like satisfied in that space, but it's still just feel off and like I can't tap in and like do or have any clarity or like just even have an idea of like what the hell this feeling is, like what's about to happen. Um I know that um with with this, like with my Sarah Amala stuff, it's been especially noticeable for me because everything got really slow all of a sudden. And I don't feel the push to make it be less slow, if that makes sense. Like it's like I need the slow for this moment. But I also am like, what am I doing? Right? Like, what are we doing here? What is this? Like what is this new evolution? Because in like the 5 years that I've been doing this has never been how I conduct my business. Like I always have ideas about things. I always have something new, a new offering that I'm cooking up or like creating a website or like doing, you know what I mean? Like I'm always cranking and I have no crank right now. Like this coffee and magic with you guys feels good to me. It doesn't feel like, ooh, like I can't do this right now. But a lot of other things feel like I can't do them right now. And I don't like that. But I can't seem to shake this feeling like every single day that like there's just something off, right? And like something's about to happen. And I don't even feel it I don't even feel that it's good or bad. It feels like it won't land in that for me either, right? Like because if it was clearly terrifying, at least I'd have that to hang on to, right? But I don't necessarily have that feeling either. Do you know what I mean? Are you feeling that too? Jenna's saying yes, suspension, uninspired, no magic, but content to chill. Yeah, I guess I just need to let myself be content to chill, which is just very like contrary to my personality. But at the same time, like, here we go. And this is the time when things, like you say, things do shift. And so I know that. But like I said, in the 5 years that I've been doing this feeling is different. It's, I usually feel more of a sharpness and an understanding of what's going on. But with that being said, the difference now that's happening for all of us is the collective energy is unlike anything we've been in before. So I do think that has to be affecting us like at a cellular level at this point because we are so destabilized, especially in this country, because like this shit is popping off, my friends. And I still have people in my life who firmly and truly and, you know, incredibly believe that somehow this is an issue of parties between like Democrats and Republicans. You know what I mean? And like if I feel like I'm in my energy taps into so many different realities because like that reality my brain can't even comprehend how you make that happen, but I do comprehend different realities. So as far as like a shift goes, this could be another split that is maybe bigger than any split we've had so far. And we've had some whoppers, right? And maybe that's also why some people are talking about the vibes right now being very 2020 vibes, because that was a massive split that happened in 2020. So it makes sense that we're gearing up for another massive split. It makes sense that it's about to pop off because this is the time of year when we schedule our major splits, right? And so, yeah, big, 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 big. And I just wanted to share that with you because I think it's helpful to know that other people are also feeling suspended and weird and all of those things because you're not always on. And even now, it just I don't know, just some weird stuff, weird stuff, weird stuff. Okay. So anyway, speaking of weird stuff, shall we see what weird stuff these cards have to talk about today? I'm going to give you three things. Um, I'm going with crystals today. Smoky quartz, obsidian, what is that? Marble? Marble, I guess. All right. Smoky quartz, obsidian, and marble. Smoky quartz, obsidian, and marble. Those are your choices for this morning. See which one is feeling the feels for you. If none of them are, just listen to all and allow what is for you to be with you. Smoky quartz, obsidian, and marble. Interesting, right? Smoky quartz, obsidian, and marble. Good morning, Caress. Smoky quartz, obsidian, and marble. Oh, God. All right. Smoky quartz. Tell me when you're ready. Smoky quartz, obsidian, and marble. All right. Here, here we go. So, smoky quartz friends, burden, wasp, king. Was this Friday too? Like this feels like I feel like I've said this message recently about making decisions. Okay. So, burden, wasp, and king. This is your smoky quartz. All right. So, when the king comes out, right? He is not here to talk about feelings. He's not here to understand everybody's perspective, get the lay of the land. He's here to make a decision. He's here to do the thing, right? It's a very external energy. It's a very do energy. Okay. It's it's judgment, you know? It's like we're doing the thing. He's kind of sitting there and he's like, okay, we're going to make a decision today, right? So when the king comes through, it's an action card. Now, at the same time, we have the wasp and burden. And here is the crazy thing that is happening. And hopefully, this helps you start to sort it out this week. Okay. You've been feeling heavy about this decision you need to make because instead of listening to yourself, you're listening to others, okay? And we need to clarify what others mean because others can be a program within yourself that you did not put there, right? Others can be friends, family, others can be just like external pressures that you think you need to qualify or uphold still or like, save face for or create the right optics, that kind of thing. It can even be like a well-meaning person in your life, you think anyway, a well-meaning person who you could trust telling you like you aren't good enough for this or you should be scared of this or like whatever it is. This energy is making this feel so heavy right now, and it's making it really hard for you to make the decision. But I hope you're noticing that every time because I think you've been through this particular cycle a few times, right? And I think it probably popped up Friday. Today is Monday. It probably popped up Friday. It keeps coming around because it wants you to do something, right? Like this, you don't get settled into it. If you could just be settled into the non-decision of it, it would be easier, right? But it just keeps coming up. So, because it keeps coming up, you keep dealing with this. And this is not an energy you can't move away from or you can't resolve within yourself, but it takes going in as opposed to seeking external validation. So if for this decision you've been running it by every person with a pulse, right, in any way possible, like please tell me what is the answer, what is it, what do I do? Stop for a second, like recollect and go back in here and ask yourself because seeking outside validation for this decision is only going to keep you in that cycle and that loop, and it's going to be impossible to land. Okay. So I hope that that helps a little with this one. It feels a little sticky, but it keeps coming up. Keeps coming up. All right. The next one is going to be so we have that was smoky quartz, we have obsidian and marble. Those are your other two if you want to choose from those if you're just popping on. Did that hit for my smoky quartz friends? A little sticky today. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that one's coming out. Oh, jeez. All right. Tell me when you're ready for obsidian. All right. Hi, Mary. Welcome. All right. This is your obsidian. The next one's going to be marble. If you want to catch the smoky quartz again or watch this later, you can always catch the replay on Instagram or YouTube. And if you would like to buy me a coffee to help support my magic, you can do that through the link in my bio on Instagram and on TikTok. Mwah, right? Okay, so here is your obsidian. Lady of the Lake, fear, cow. So, Lady of the Lake is an ultimate boundary card. Okay, this is so much self respect, so much sovereignty, and like no fucks left kind of energy where it's like you don't allow just anybody to sit with you, right? You just don't do that anymore. You are very picky and choosy about the energy that is intimate with you at this time. So that's the vibe of Lady of the Lake. However, we have cow and fear right now. And this is the emphasis with this poll because while this is here, it's difficult to tap into this energy with this loop that's happening here. So, what is it? Cow is all about asking, whoop, asking and receiving. Okay. And this is a difficult one for most of us, especially women, okay? Because we are conditioned to give, but not to receive. In fact, we're conditioned to see receiving as a selfish act almost, right? So, what's been happening here is you're butting up against a pretty serious program with what's going on in your life right now because you have been asking for more, right? You've been asking for this new way of being. And it requires you receiving, right? Because you're asking. So if you're asking for something, in order to get it, you have to receive it. But as it comes towards you, you're like, no, 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 I don't deserve it. This scares me. It's too much. Give it to someone else, like that kind of a thing. And it's blocking your movement because like you're like, come here, stop, come here, stop, come here, stop. That's you right now, right? The fear is strong with this one because you don't know what's on the other side of allowing yourself to receive. And you may have even, tricked yourself into believing that you wouldn't even want to receive. I don't know. But whatever that loop is that you're currently in with the fear, it looks like it's rooted in this idea of you not being a good person if you actually ask for something and then receive it, right? It's like too much. It's too much. Tapping into the lady of the lake energy is going to help you because the boundaries are what you need here. Now, the wasp card isn't here today, but I hear the buzzing. And what that means, that wasp buzzing energy, is there may be actual people in your life who are not comfortable when things go well for you. And so when they do start to go well for you, they sound like the voice of reason, but they're really the voice of fear, the voice of holding you down, the voice of keeping you smaller, right? Being like, "Ooh, maybe don't go for that. That's too much. Oh, imagine all the things that could go wrong if you do that. That's not safe." Like that person in your life, right? Who you may need a stronger boundary with. Because as you ask for more, as your energy gets bigger, they become more and more threatened by that because they're not meeting you where you're at, right? And they want you where they are. And it's not necessarily, it doesn't, this isn't always a conscious thing on their part. So you just remember that, right? But this is what happens because in order for energies to be together, they have to find that commonality, right? And if you're going like this and they're going like this, you can't play. So somebody's got to come down or somebody's got to go up, right? So just kind of take note of that. Who in your life right now do you qualify your success for? Who do you go to when something amazing happens? Who do you want to tell right away? And who do you not want to tell at all because you just like know it's going to make them feel some kind of way? You know, just keep an eye on that. So that is your obsidian. Last but not least is going to be the marble. Ooh. All right. Tell me when you're ready. Oh, you're already ready. All right. Here's your marble. The king, the bee, the horse. Okay. So here's the king again. We just talked about him. He is here with decisions, with making things happen, with some movement. Let's go, right? Now, unlike the first king pull, you've got the bee and the horse accompanying you. So, marble friends, this is a very different energy. Take this one as, your high five or like let's go, like your sign from the energies that be that yes, go. Go for it. Let's do it. Make that decision. Go ahead. Do it. Trust yourself because the momentum is in your favor right now. It is moving. You're trusting, right? I'm just asking, I'm asking you, like, you're trusting the timing that hits for you, right? Like, you're feeling, if you've been feeling like, oh, I think it's time to make this move, like, are you trusting that? Because this is saying, like, go ahead and trust it if that's what it's saying. This is not saying it's time to move if you don't feel it already. Like, you have to already feel that inner thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't like, it's not a great idea, just generally speaking, to you know come into a card reading or any type of reading with the idea that you're going to get navigation out of nowhere. Like, you need to be the root of the navigation and allow this type of thing to be the affirmation of the information you've already gotten. Does that make sense? Am I making sense here? Like, this tool, I don't know why I'm saying this morning, but it feels like it needs to be said. This tool needs to be a tool, not your divination and your inner compass, if that makes sense. You need to already have gotten the message and allow the tools to affirm the message you've already gotten. So if you, my marble friends, have gotten that push, like, I think it's time to make this decision, you already got that message, right? So let this be an affirmation or validation of the message you've already received. Okay? This feels really important today. So I think even if you didn't choose marble, please listen to that because there's a lot of opportunities for you to give away your power and your sovereignty and your decision making. And unfortunately, if you do that, you're not in alignment with yourself, right? Because at the end of the day, how could anybody know what's best for you more than you do, right? What happens is we have so many twisted up programs and we're so confused and we're so terrified that we're looking for someone to tell us this is the right thing to do. But it's you who has to have that. It has to be within you. You have to feel it. If you are acting on an external guidance, beware of that. And maybe take a second and look back at life and see the times when you have done that before and how those things worked out versus when you listen to your internal guidance. Do you see what I mean? Because that's really the only way now as we move through this energy that we're going to be able to get out of it, right? Like, that's the only way. Like, you cannot be giving your power and your sovereignty to anybody else. You cannot be making decisions based on what somebody else thinks seems like the right thing to do. Like, you just can't do that anymore. So take things like Coffee and Magic and the millions of people on TikTok doing card pulls and whatever else you do to get a validation affirmation of your path right now. Take this as a supplement to what is already coming through for you. Do your own work. Sit with yourself. Like, quiet yourself a little bit and ask, like, how do I actually feel about this? Does this really resonate? Is this who I am? Because otherwise it's going to get messier and messier and messier until you find your back in way back into that alignment, right? But just don't give your energy or your power, I should say, your power, don't give your power to other people. Keep it and then allow yourself to have validation of the message you've already received. So, with that being said, my marble friends, this message is like a thumbs up, let's go. And it's also a very like fortuitous type of vibe. It's galloping forward and it's successful. Okay. So, whatever this is that you've chosen that you're feeling, right? Galloping forward, successful, boom, making the decision. Okay. That's the vibe for Marvel. But again, you are the one who has to have the inception of this. You are the one. Let this only be validation of what you know for yourself. Okay. I don't know that I mean, I know I've talked about this before, but I don't know that I've had it come in so strongly. So somebody must need to hear that today. Maybe we all need to hear that today. Don't leave yet. I have one more card for you. The fairies want to do a spring equinox pull. So we'll do that. Fine. Seems appropriate. A little spring equinox energy. Maybe everybody, while I'm shuffling, can just take a nice deep breath in. Right? Right? Okay. What will it be? Fairies are always up to something. All right. We've had this one before. Is this the last one? Yep. It's the last card in the deck. Number 45, the Ancient. The Ancient is so old, she is almost beyond time. She is able to speak the truth without compromise, as are you when this card comes to you. She is so old, has experienced so much, learned and taught so many lessons that she has become powerful and influential, just as you are becoming too. So too are you growing older, coming into wisdom. She knows that while others are now going to come to you for advice and guidance, she sees your humanity, your faults and your flaws and your feelings of unworthiness. She wishes to reassure you. Others will come to you seeking knowledge, awaiting a blessing, an initiation, and oblivious to the consequences of the path they wish to walk. Wisdom, true wisdom, understands complexity, and you have developed this quality. The ancient is honorable and human, and yet more than human, and she is courageous and has made sacrifices, as have you. She sees straight through comforting illusions, as you do. She represents ancient tradition and the challenge of defining the self, yet remaining within a tradition that you value. And this too is one of your challenges. So take responsibility in your life. You will face the battle of choice, and you will be the antidote to gurus and dominant personalities who claim to have all the answers. The ancient recognizes the challenge of being a teacher. This immersion in a world to learn the ancient arts and venerate wisdom in old ways can be expressed in many forms, but everything you are now learning has value. She is the repository for ancient secrets and the contact between worlds. She is wise, and she has learned to consider every word that falls from her lips, even as she longs to call out for freedom. Whew. Well, I guess that's that. So that is your spring equinox card pull, the ancient. Interesting message after I just gave you a lecture about listening to yourself and not others. So maybe we just kind of really double down on that today, right? And think about it. Um, but yeah, well, happy equinox. I'm sending you lots of love. Again, if you'd like to donate to Coffee Magic, you can do that through the link in my bios on Instagram and TikTok or my website. I will be back on Friday at 10 a.m. with more Coffee and Magic for you. And to my normalized magic friends, I will see you on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Love you so much. Thank you for being here. Hang in there. High fives all around. Maybe drink a little water. Don't go crazy.